Children are our hidden treasures. They are the future of a family, a society, and a nation at large. When they are born, they are welcomed into the family, and as they grow, they learn different things from their parents and people around them. These lessons include respect for each other and life in general. Children give us much joy and make us laugh. They cuddle us and love us regardless of what we are or how we are. They tell us the truth and teach us some of the transcendent lessons in life. But more than that, children also represent the only chance that humanity must remain on the planet. Their importance in life cannot be overemphasized. That is why the EFCC feels the need to rigorously engage them and mold them into persons of integrity. Today on The Ingo, we will be looking at the importance of children in the fight against economic and financial crimes. My name is Aisha Muhammad. Welcome to the program.
I am Abdurrashid Bawa. I stand against corruption. I call on every patriotic Nigerian to lend their voices in this crusade. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Together we will make Nigeria great.
115 detective inspectors got inducted into the service of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC at the Police Mobile Force Training College, Ende Hills, Akwanga, Nasarawa State. The reviewing officer of the passing out parade and executive chairman of the EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, while congratulating the graduating officers, charged them to be diligent in contributing their quota in the fight against economic and financial crimes. Ojocho Kutame Eche is our guide on this and another report.
The executive chairman of EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, at the passing out parade, urged all detective inspector cadets to be committed to the profession they signed up for, as it is crucial for them to know that law enforcement, especially in the field of economic and financial crimes, is a crucial national service. Bawa reminded the cadets to be mindful of how they carry on in their duties because a career takes years to build but can take a minute to destroy. He also commended the Nigeria Police Force for its collaborative roles.
I urge you all to be committed to the profession you have signed up for. It is crucial for you to know that law enforcement, especially in the field of fighting economic and financial crimes, is a crucial national service. A career that takes years to build but requires only minutes to destroy. As you are now aware, the EFCC was established in 2002, but became operational only in April 2003, when the nation was facing criticism from the rest of the world as a hub for advanced fee fraud and other related economic and financial crimes. The Commission is now 20 years old and has made great strides in the fight against the ever-dynamic evils of economic and financial crimes and its attendant negative effects on our nation and economy. Proof of this achievement is the steady increase in the convictions secured by the Commission over the years.
The Commandant, Nigeria Police Mobile Force Training College, Nasarawa, DCP Ikio Urutugu, represented by the Deputy Commandant ACP Yakubu Nda, expressed gratitude to the EFCC for the continued training of the EFCC cadets in their facility. He described the gesture as a show of strong synergy and unbreakable bond between the Nigeria Police Force and the EFCC.
It has been on record that the EFCC Detective Assistants DA Course 3 are trained in this great college, and their historic passing out was held on the 18th February 2023. On behalf of myself and the officers and men of this college, including EFCC academic staff who worked with us in the last 9 months, I welcome you all to this historic occasion for the passing out of the Detective Inspectors Course 6 at the Police Mobile Force Training College, Ende Hills, Nasarawa State. The continued training of the EFCC in this college is a show of strong synergy and unbreakable bond between the Nigerian Police Force and the EFCC. We appreciate the Inspector General of Police and the EFCC chairman for this gesture. I feel highly honored by your presence and acceptance of our invitation, and we shall forever remain grateful for your support and encouragement.
The EFCC management team, family and friends were treated to an elaborate conventional drill, including march past by the 115 officers, comprising 96 males and 19 females. Cadets John Okoronkwo and Tawosin Jacob Benga were awarded overall best for outstanding performance, while Cadet Yusuf Jamiu Oluwaseun was the best cadet in drill. The EFCC Commandant's Award for Command and Leadership went to Cadet Abubakar Abdullahi.
At this moment, I would like to respectfully request the Commandant EFCC Academy to invite the review officer for the presentation of awards. The Commandant, sir. The best cadet goes to Cadet John Okoronkwo. The award for the overall best cadet goes to Cadet Tausho Benga Jacob. The review officer, sir, may I humbly inform you that there was a tie as Cadet John Okoronkwo and Cadet Tausho Benga Jacob both came first during their training. The second runner-up award goes to Cadet Kanu Precious. The award for the best cadet in drill goes to Cadet Jami Yusuf Oluwaseun. The award for the EFCC Academy's Commandant for Command and Leadership goes to Cadet Abubakar Abdullahi.
Commissioner of Police Audu Dabigi Kompomopo, Nigeria Police Headquarters, Abuja, Secretary to the EFCC, Dr. George Abang Ekbungo, senior officers of the EFCC and the Police Mobile Training College, family and friends of the cadets graced the ceremony. Rendering quality service should be the hallmark of any organ of government in order to ensure the growth of the Nigerian economy. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdurrashid Bawa, received an award of distinction and quality service from Service Compact with All Nigerians, Servicom. National Coordinator and Chief Executive, Servicom, Nena Akajimeli, who presented the award at a one-day stakeholders forum for directors of reforms, nodal officers, Public relations officers and CSOs aimed at sustaining service delivery enlightenment campaigns on the damaging effects of service failures commended the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for raising the bar in strengthening the service delivery campaign. She said the award was in recognition of the Executive Chairman's dedication and support in achieving Servicom's vision and mission. The Servicom boss advocated the implementation of policies that will ensure ordinary Nigerians feel the impact of good governance and ensure that citizens get better service. Other ministries, departments, and agencies at the forum include the Central Bank of Nigeria, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Federal Road Safety Commission, and the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Servicom had last year recognized the EFCC as the best parastatal in service delivery in Nigeria, and Bawa as the second best chief executive for his commitment to improved and customer-based service delivery. Ojo Chokutami Eche for the Eagle.
The coalition of civil society organizations from the Northwest have commended the achievements of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in the fight against corruption and other economic and financial crimes. The CSOs gave the commendation during an interactive session with the commander of the Kano Zonal Command of the Commission, Farouk Dogonjaji. Golden Onwura tells us more.
Speaking at the event, the chairman of the Kano Civil Society Forum, Ibrahim Weya, commended the courage and vibrancy of the Rashid Bawa-led EFCC for what he described as its holistic and inclusive approach to fighting corruption. Weya also lauded the EFCC for curtailing the menace of vote trading during the last concluded general elections. He further called for more collaboration between the EFCC and the civil society groups to enhance the anti-corruption campaign at the grassroots. Earlier in his remarks, the zonal commander, Farouk Dogondaji, expressed his gratitude to the CSOs for the support the Commission has been receiving from them and advocates for the strengthening of the synergy. He disclosed that the aim of the engagement was to share ideas on how to move the anti-corruption fight forward and called all stakeholders to be part of the movement to chase corruption out of the land. In her remarks, the head, Enlightenment and Reorientation Unit of the Commission, ACE2 Aisha Mohammed, also emphasized the need for all hands to be on deck in order to eradicate corruption in Nigeria. Mohammed said that the reason for the engagement is to share ideas and strategies to deepen the fight against corruption in Nigeria.
In marking the 2023 Children's Day celebration, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has rewarded 2 secondary schools, Government Secondary School Duse, Abuja, and IQ Academy, Garki Abuja, for their outstanding performance in a debating competition on evils of economic and financial crimes. Again, Golden Onwura has the details.
The 2 schools emerged first and second among 8 secondary schools which debated the topic, Children are Critical in the Fight Against Corruption.
To annihilate a tree, then don't cut the branches because it will shoot out in a couple of days. Rather, cut the roots and then that tree will die. The children of any country are the roots of that country, and the only way to completely deprive a country of a beautiful and bright future is by depriving the children of that country of a bright future. I stand here with an unshakable mind, not just merely to propose the motion, but to propound, propel, agree, and vehemently support the motion which says that children are critical in the fight against corruption. However, my grandfather taught my father, who taught me to give respect to him it is due to. With this I say, good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my friends in argument, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oga Agata Ushang, and I am an ambassador of the prestigious Government Girls Secondary School, Duse. The fight against corruption is not one for adults alone. Rather, it is a collaborative work between the adults and the children. Do you know that in the next 60 to 70 years, almost all adults seated here today will be dead? Yes, it is a fact. And the only adults remaining will be the ones that are either as good as dead or as useless as dried up vegetable.
Now I begin.
Children, the leaders of tomorrow. Corruption, the rejected masquerade in our country. I'm by name Ishak Aliyah, a proud student of IQ Academy, here to counter yet another motion which says children are critical in the fight against corruption. Still standing on existing protocol, my first speaker has enlightened us on the meaning of corruption and a child. So I don't think I should go on repeating the same thing. So straight to the point. We are trying to argue children are critical in the fight against corruption. How can my opponent say children are critical in the fight against corruption? Do you know how bad and dangerous corruption is? If you knew that, I don't think you stand here today trying to prove to us that children are critical in the fight against corruption. Involving a child in the fight against corruption can only lead, and will only lead to psychological breakdown and other negative effects. Children are innocent and blessing from God. Their lives shouldn't be put on the line in the fight against corruption.
While Government Girls Secondary School scored 86% to clinch the first place, Intelligence Quotient Academy came second with 79%. Commenting on their performance, EFCC Chairman Abdurrashid Bawa commended all participating schools for their impressive presentations and urged the students to continue to use their talents and skills for the greater good of the nation. He pointed out that the theme of this year's Children's Day celebration, investing in our future means investing in our children, is a befitting one, and is the reason the EFCC is planting, developing and engaging the EFCC integrity clubs in schools to inculcate in them the values of hard work, integrity, probity and accountability. Bawa, who spoke through his Chief of Staff, C.E. Hadiza Gamawa, also stated that the Commission believes that as children, they have enormous potential to be change agents, anti-corruption watchdogs, ambassadors, whistleblowers and awareness creators on the ills of corruption both at home and in schools. He charged the students across the country to identify more with the EFCC and carry the anti-corruption banner to every part of the country.
We also believe that as children, you have the enormous potential to be the change agents and the anti-corruption watchdogs, ambassadors, whistleblowers, and the awareness creators on the ills of corruption, both at home and in school.
Speaking earlier, Director Public Affairs of the Commission, CEO Sitanwaja, says the debate is a thought-provoking engagement that will further enrich the campaigns against economic and financial crimes, including corruption in Nigeria. According to Nwaja, the Commission has taken cognizance that the people it interfaces with in terms of investigation, prosecution and conviction are young people.
If you take a look at the people that we have, we interface with as a commission, what in terms of investigation, in terms of prosecution, in terms of the convictions that we have, we find that a bracket consisting of very young people form the larger chunk of those that the EFCC is using his enforcement powers on. So we find it necessary, Mr. Chairman, to bring everybody, especially the youths, especially the very, very young ones.
The Director of Audit, Idowu Akpejoye, in her remarks, congratulated the participants and other representatives of the schools and urged them to go out and pass the anti-corruption message to their parents, friends, neighbors and the larger society in order to make Nigeria greater. Highlights of the event was a rendition of poetry by Amana Basic Education School, Life Camp Abuja.
I am by name Mariam Adewale. And I am by name Mariam Bala, representing Amana Basic Education School, Abuja. We are here to present a poem titled Corruption. Corruption, corruption, corruption. It is now a profession. It spreads like an infection. Needs an instant cure and medication. It works like a termite, eating everything day and night. It's a malicious cancer, deep-rooted, posing a danger. We only talk and inquire. That also with no true desire. We hardly raise our voice, as if we have no choice. Root cause are we, not they, he or she. Let's set to fight, to erode this termite. Oh God, save our country, Nigeria.
At the end of the debate, Government Girls Secondary School, Duse, scored 86% to claim the fourth place, while Intelligence Quotient Academy came second with 79%. The overall winner of the competition, Government Girls Secondary School Dutse, got a cash prize of 150,000 naira and a plaque, while the runner-up, Intelligence Quotient Academy, got a cash prize of 100,000 naira and a plaque.
Congratulations once more. Thank you for coming, as said by my boss. And don't forget, one thing you should take away today is your voice matters. And we have to listen to your voice. You are the future of Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to you. So please help us. EFCC cannot do it alone, and that's why we always come to you. Integrity starts with you and I.
Golden Omura, reporting for the Eagle.
Coming up next is Conviction Update with Abbas Abubakar Umar. Over to you, Abbas.
Thank you, Aisha. Corruption has caused so much harm and damage to our country, but all hope is not lost, because the EFCC is working tirelessly to safeguard our country from this menace. And in so doing, the EFCC between 30th May and 2nd June 2023 secured 47 convictions from various commands of the EFCC within the Federation. The Benin Command secured 26 convictions, Abuja and Lagos secured 6 each, Port Harcourt and Makurdi 3 each, while the Ilorin Command got 2. Lastly, the Uyo Command secured 1 conviction, bringing the total convictions within the week under review, that is between 30th May to 2nd June 2023, to 47. Let us all imbibe the culture of saying no to corruption. Let us all embrace integrity, honesty, and hard work. Let us all say something when we see something. Abbas Abubakar Umar, back to you, Aisha.
As earlier stated, we all know the importance of children in any given society, hence the reason EFCC rigorously engages them at a tender age. Our correspondent Sani Emmanuel went to the streets to get people's view on EFCC's engagement with children in the fight against economic and financial crimes. Over to you, Sani Emmanuel.
The future of any society can be visualized from the quality of their children and youth, as they constitute the face of the society's future. There is no doubt that the EFCC recognizes the role of children in the fight against economic and financial crimes. Hence, the establishment of integrity clubs and tolerance clubs in basic and higher institutions. So here I am on the street, and my question is, what do you think about the EFCC's engagement with children in the fight against economic and financial crime?
From my own point of view, I think it's very, very important, because when we start telling them from a very young age, they will know what to avoid in the nearest future. You know, when they grow up, they will know what to avoid and how to avoid it.
Yes, it's very, very important to involve children in corruption, because I'm a Christian and the Bible says, teach your children, lead your children in a good way. And the way you lead your children, at the end of the day, that's how they'll grow up with. So we need to teach our children the good thing. We need to teach them how to stay away from corruption. We need to let them know corruption is bad. Yes, over the year, EFCC they have really done well on comes to corruption issues.
This is a very nice idea, bringing up these kind of things into our world, basically mostly in Nigeria. So I think what's caused like corruption in Nigeria is not orienting people from the grassroots level. So bringing these kind of ideas to younger ones, it will help them go against corruption in the future.
The FCC have to go to schools, educate them about corruption. Are you getting me? When they start, that's why I say they have to start from home, then to the school. Then at the school level, the FCC will go engage those children from the school. Let them know the importance of fighting corruption is not good. They must not engage in it. So they have to educate them.
Train up a child in the way he should grow, and when he grows up, he will not depart from that path. The fight against economic and financial crimes is a fight for all, and that includes the children. This is where we call it a day on today's episode of The Eagle. We'll come your way again next week for another interesting edition. Let's keep the conversation going by sending a mail to info@efcc.gov.ng or call us on 0809 3322644. Use the EFCC mobile app, The Eagle Eye, to report any fraud you see happening around you. You download the app, you follow the steps and report fraud on the go. And you can also take pictures of corrupt practices and upload them. Also remember to join us every Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. on our web-based town hall meeting called EFCC Connect, where we answer your questions and note your observations of the anti-corruption fight in order to serve you better. I am Aisha Muhammad, leaving you with this parting words from the former South African President Nelson Mandela. He said, and I quote, "Giving children a healthy start in life, no matter where they are born or the circumstances of their birth, is the moral obligation of every one of us. So let's all work together in molding our children into good citizens, citizens with integrity and morals. Let's be the change we want to see. It begins with you and I. Stand for integrity and do the right thing always. Goodbye. God bless Nigeria. Please do stay safe, be kind to yourself and to others around you, and do enjoy the rest of the week."